Have you ever led a man on because you enjoyed the attention you received?
Of course. That's part of being a girl.
Literally. That is part of being a girl. Okay, we're doing a set of videos on this Hasan guy, all right? Yeah, I think that the volume in the last video, there was something wrong with the video, but whatever. Like, I think my commentary was on point there, so I'm just gonna leave it. And whatever. Like, if it gets 10 views, it gets 10 views. Like, I don't really care. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, do you believe being...
Okay, how many questions do we have here?
Bro, how many fucking questions did he ask that didn't make the cut? Yo! This dude, oh no. Why did he keep that in the fucking video?
He's trying to be like, oh, she couldn't take more than one question.
Have you ever heard the expression power of the pussy?
Yes, of course.
What does that mean?
The girls run the relationship.
Financial,
anything.
problems.
Because at the end of the day, the guy wants the pussy.
Yep.
And
OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah.
Power of the pussy, bro.
Yeah, OnlyFans, exactly. Girls get paid from their pussy. Guys don't get paid off their dick.
What
I've
the
never
fuck
heard
you-
of it, but it's true.
Are you fucking kidding me? You know how many guys I've paid out their dick
Tell him.
on OnlyFans?
Tell him, Austin.
Some guys are fucking millionaires. Are you kidding me?
Austin's like,
Okay, but like, this is the ratio of guys that are rich off of OnlyFans versus girls is unbelievably different, right? It's literally 99 to 1, right? For every one millionaire guy, there's 99 millionaire girls. And not only this, those guys that are millionaires are monetizing off of the same thing that women are monetizing off of, which is male thirst. So it's really funny that he would choose this to point out, right? Male thirst is ubiquitous, and that includes men that are homosexual as opposed to heterosexual. So again, I fail to see how this is different.
I'm horny and
You know
I
how much
own
money
you.
Dick makes on the internet?
He said I'm
It's
horny
a
very
very
little.
lucrative
and I
business.
own
No,
you.
it's not.
Okay.
It's a
Let
very
me,
lucrative
let me tell you
business.
how horny I am.
Okay, dick and pussy and men make a fucking shit ton of money too. Sex
Yeah.
makes money. Who gives a fuck? We all watch it. We all watch porn.
This is great.
We
I
all
love,
watch porn.
I
Who gives
love.
a
I
fuck?
love that this dude's entire thing is just like women are using their bodies to make money instead of giving it to me for free.
It's not about him, the individual. And this is what Hasan doesn't understand. It's not about the interviewer himself. That is an ad hominem attack. That's not what the questions are about. The questions are about society. They're not about the individual interviewer. I mean, maybe a little about the interviewer, but they're mostly about society, right? And to say that women aren't using their bodies and monetizing off of them in 2022 is utterly ridiculous and muddying the waters, frankly.
It's
Like
so
back in the
fucking
day
strange.
when my dad would be able to go out and get me a wife, a trad wife.
Okay,
so
what does that mean?
strange
How
to
would
me,
you
man.
define that?
That means that I have all the power, and anything that I want, the dude has to do before he can get what I got going on here.
Literally, that's exactly right.
Okay, so then why do you think there's so much talk in our society about things like male privilege and white privilege, but we never talk about pussy privilege?
Because it's so marginal that like women have been so fucking horrifically owned by the dumbest group of individuals. So, you know, that's a L women. Sorry, just going to put that out there. That like the one crumb of like equalizing power for these fucking little twisted incel freaks is that like consent. Like women have the capacity to consent.
Okay. Again, this guy is totally clueless about the way that relationships work. He just okay, guys, this is the kind of guy that's controlled by his girlfriend, right? Because he literally has no idea the power that women have over men, and the like that women have been harnessing like men's sex drive since the beginning of time for control and compliance, right? Like, it's hilarious that he thinks that this is about the individual I cell, the guy that's making these videos, and it's not about society in general and about male and female dynamics. Like, that's actually incredible to me. It's incredible to me that this Hasan guy is that clueless. That's actually insane. Like, that's kind of unbelievable that he's that clueless.
Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. That, like, they can consent, and then it's like, whoa, what do you mean? Yeah, by the way, white privilege just jumped out for no fucking reason in that conversation. What the fuck does white privilege have to do with this? Why does nobody say pussy privilege when they talk about male privilege? Is a hilarious take. It's like male privilege is like basically, you know, working, being able to get paid more for centuries on end.
Oh my god. So Hasan also believes that the gender pay gap exists. Yes, before, you know, like before 1950, you were allowed to pay women less. But at that point, one man by himself, no girl required, would be able to support an entire household, wife, husband, and children, right? But in the modern world, it's not like that at all, right? So it's been illegal to pay women less than men since 1960. The reason why women are paid less is because there's a choice gap. Women choose to work less. They choose to work less stressful jobs. They choose to take more sick days. They have children, which also means that they work less over time compared to men. So, yeah, I mean, okay, wow. That's actually incredible.
And then still having, you know, remnants of that antiquated patriarchal constructs benefit you regardless. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like...
Okay, so I understand why Hasan has 1 million plus subscribers. He's just regurgitating all of the talking points of, you know, of modern day society. All of his beliefs are exactly what a normal person believes, what the average person believes, or everything you see in movies, in media, in TV, he just believes those. He has no capacity for critical thinking. Literally. Anything you tell Hasan, he'll believe. If you tell him men and women are equal, he'll believe it. If you tell him men and women are physically the same, he'll believe it. If you tell him that women have been oppressed for centuries and are still oppressed now, he'll believe it. If you tell him that, you know, anything, any belief that you have, any belief that, like any idea that you could see in any movie, like let's say, you know, like the Avengers movies or whatever, or Disney, any of those ideas, Hasan just believes them, right? So it's all about getting your princess. The past doesn't matter. Everything, women are sugar spice and everything nice. Just be a nice guy. Just be a white knight. Just be a protector of women, and they'll choose you and love you and give you all of the respect. And they'll treat you like your mother did. Just literally every single belief that you can think of that modern culture just puts on men. And teaches them in order to brainwash them and have them become useful idiots for women. Every single one of them, Hasan believes that clearly, right? Womanism is an equality movement. There are no corporatist oligarchs. America is a democracy, etc. Every single belief that the average person believes without critical thought, Hasan believes. Clearly, that's what he's demonstrated in his by his actions, by his words. So guys, I don't know what to tell you. Hasan is an avatar for the average person. He's just a little bit more physically fit than the average person, but Hasan is literally the average person. In 2022, is the average man. So if you as a man, if you literally listen to every single thing that anyone has ever taught you about the way that the world works, and you're miserable and anxious and clueless with women and basically a loser, Hasan believes all of those things. And I will bet you, if you look at Hasan's history, his relationships, his work history, his relationships with people, like his friendships, if you analyze every one, he has every single pitfall. So he doesn't make much money. Well, maybe now he does because of his successful YouTube channel. But before his YouTube channel, he was just a normal guy. He had normal friends. So he never had any successful friends. And you can even see that in his YouTube channel here. Who's the guy who's sitting with him? Does he look like a highly successful man to you? He has had below average, average at best women, etc. There is not one thing about this guy that shows me that he has the capacity for critical thought. Every single thing that he believes is just the common cultural trend. There is no I can't see any belief that he has that goes against the grain of just, if I were to turn on like the TV show Friends from the 1990s, right? And I would just listen to one of the characters talking and, just plug in those characters' lines and what they believe. This guy, what he believes is perfectly in line with that. Or the TV show How I Met Your Mother, I think it was from the 2000s, etc. So this guy has no original ideas or beliefs. And this is why he appeals to a large audience. Because he believes exactly what his audience believes. He's just a normal, regular guy. He doesn't have capacity for critical thought. So he has average IQ, 100, average beliefs, and no capacity for critical thought. He's literally just a regurgitation machine. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, Hasan, prove me wrong. Nothing you have said has demonstrated to me that you have the capacity for critical thought, that you are able to see things in a way that's novel and it's not just what's considered culturally appropriate.
Like, men are always better than every other woman. Obviously, for most people that don't understand intersectionality, they can't comprehend this fact. It's like, yes, Oprah is still better off than like a homeless man, a homeless white man, especially. Even then, like, Oprah is significantly better off than a homeless white man, obviously. So there's a class dynamic that factors into this conversation that these fucking dumbass reactionary incels never comprehend. But ultimately,
again, where is his capacity for critical thought? It's just literally, he mentioned intersectionality, right? So he's just a bot for the womanist hive mind. That's what he is. He is literally a useful idiot. That's what this guy is. Like, all right. Whoo, baby. All right. How to get all the women that want you. Let's segue a little bit away from this video because I'm just. Whew. It's a fact that not all women will want you no matter what you do. You can work to optimize the women that do want you, however. You can make it so that most or all of the women who do want you are successfully converted. And let me explain how to do that. So number one is abundance mentality. So the first thing you have to internalize in order to get all the women who are interested in you is abundance mentality. You have to understand that even if you do get rejected, there are more women around the corner that you can easily get. You are the cake and she's the cherry. Cherries can be replaced easily, not so much the cake. Warm approach. So warm approach is important. It allows you to identify which women want you. So just sit in an area, reading a book, instead of walking up and talking to random girls. Any girls that end up in your vicinity are attracted to you and want to talk to you. That's the idea of warm approach. Girls that have no interest in you are invisible, or at least they see you as invisible, and so they don't give you attention. You'll find that you have much more success talking to women who are already interested in you versus any random girl. Be attractive, don't be unattractive. If you've made sure to exercise regularly and control your diet as well as groom properly, you'll be attractive to many women. All that remains is to not be unattractive And this means that you have to have social skills practice so that when you're talking to these women who you're interested in, you're not a weirdo who drives women away. You need to have the ability to make small talk as well as read body language. Also, make sure that on the first date, you're meeting for 1 hour where she talks for 45 minutes and you talk for 15. The second date is for bedroom fun. Fashion. Depending on the way you dress, different kinds of women are going to be attracted to you. Experiment with different styles to see which works best for you. I've actually written an article on this very topic. All right. So, that's the idea there. Okay, back to this video. Again, all this guy Hasan knows how to do is ad hominem attacks and then just regurgitating every single thing that the common culture says. I see no novel ideas of thinking in this guy. He's literally just a normal guy. Like, there is no awareness of, like, I'll bet that this guy has never read a book, right? Like, he's never read 1984. He's never read Animal Farm. He's never read any of the, big books like War and Peace, Pride and Prejudice. He's never read like the Brothers Karamazov or, etc. I can just tell, right? He's never read A Tale of Two Cities. He's like, he has no capacity for seeing things in a perspective that's different from what the average person in 2022 believes. And so because of that, all of my arguments, like let's say we were to have a debate, right? All he would do is attack my character and he'd be unable at all to see like perspectives other than his own. He wouldn't be able to understand that like the way the world works is different than he's been taught. The reason why he's unsuccessful is for, like just listen to my channel and you see that there's a million reasons why this guy isn't successful. And the reason why he has a successful YouTube channel is because he's just preaching to the choir, right? He's talking to the people that are brainwashed, right? And they're brainwashed to be useful idiots for women, so that when women are done having their fun with the bad boys, they have a fallback option, right? So again, like, in order to be a successful, strong man, you have to have an open mind. You have to have the capacity for critical thought. And this man has not betrayed any evidence of the capacity for critical thought. He's just a robot, effectively. He's just a mouthpiece for base pop culture, basically. Every single thing that you're supposed to believe, Hasan believes. And so Hasan is miserable. Self-admitted in this video, he says he has social anxiety. You know why he has social anxiety? Because he's a useful idiot. He's not masculine. He's not a man. He looks like a man, but his belief set is one of a useful idiot. So he's never experienced true masculinity for himself, and so he'll never be happy. Because he doesn't put the mission first. He puts everybody being okay with what he believes first. And that's just the ticket for misery as a man.
Pussy power is just, it's nothing. It's not even negligible. It's nothing.
Yeah, so he's saying it doesn't exist. I mean, again, Hasan is utterly clueless about the way that the real world works. I have nothing more to say on the subject. Let's move on. Here is the fake Tinder profile. So again, these are just, you can Google these. Like, I didn't take them from real life, right? So again, the reason I'm using these is because there's something to learn even from fake Tinder profiles, right? So this is Tracy, who's 24, and she says she's new to Tinder and to compliment her for a surprise. So it seems fairly innocuous, right? But again, compliment me for a surprise. So why is she on Tinder? She's on Tinder for attention and validation, which is what most women are on Tinder for. So again, a guy like Hasan, he doesn't understand this, right? He'd just think, oh yeah, compliment her for a surprise, all right, and he'll compliment her. And because Hasan is a successful YouTuber who, is physically fit, etc., and tall, this girl might actually reply to Hasan, and she might actually agree to go on a date with Hasan. And Hasan might even get lucky and have bedroom fun with her, right? And so Hasan, his beliefs would never be questioned, right? Because Hasan has managed, despite his deficiencies, to still be successful, right? But if you follow Hasan's example, if any normal person follows Hasan's example, you'll end up absolutely miserable and unable to get bedroom fun or success with women or success in life in general. And that's because by following Hasan's advice, you're going to believe that just being nice and normal is enough, right? But Hasan is not nice or normal. Hasan is a highly successful YouTuber who's physically fit and tall. So he already has money, status, and looks, right? So as a result, you can afford to be totally clueless. And in fact, women prefer that, because then you're a guy with money, status, and looks who can also be manipulated and controlled for women's advantage, right? So there you go. Whew, that was a doozy. All right, back to this video here.
I don't know, because dudes are stupid.
Okay. Why are so many women reluctant to admit that they have privilege?
I don't know, I'm not.
More homeless men and suicides by far for some reason.
She's making
Dude, this
him
is
so
the funniest.
mad.
This is the funniest fucking immediate, like, people always fucking love to bring up, like, men are committing suicide. Men are committing suicide. Yeah, I know that. I talk about it all the time. Part of it is because there's a bunch of dumbass, toxic idiots who constantly drop men into a cycle of fucking self-hatred and women hatred rather than address any of the underlying root causes. But hey, guess what, dude? I'm not saying the men don't get fucked over in society. I was literally describing the fucking fact that a cishet, homeless white male is still less privileged overall.
Look at this. Like, just listen to this gobbledygook, right? Like, take off. Okay, let me use different phrasing. Take Hasan by alien abduction, okay, and laser beam a pink-haired or blue-haired womanist saying the same points. Do you see any difference? There's two words to describe men like Hasan, and those two words are useful idiot. Hasan, you are the reason, one of the reasons why society is failing. Because you teach these beliefs to men who don't know any better. And because you teach these beliefs to men who don't know any better, the men get destroyed. They listen to you believing that because you have a wide audience that you have a voice worth listening to. But you are just a puppet. You are a puppet king. Your beliefs are controlled for the purpose of benefiting the matriarchy, and you don't even know it. And I'm sorry to say that you're destroying men's lives as a result. You are. All right. Okay, the article. Single and child-free. I know what you're thinking. No, you really don't. I know what you're thinking. I can read it on your face. The distracted smile, the unconvincing nod, the slightly furrowed brow. You're trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Or at the very least, what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, what I know though. Knowing what I know. You slept around. You wasted your youth. You're no longer attractive to the men that you actually want. And now you're miserable with cats and boxed wine. I know. If we haven't met yet, let me take a moment to describe what will happen when we do. You'll notice I'm attractive. Oh, okay, and you're arrogant too. Cool. Not a cover girl beauty, but attractive. You notice I'm petite and slim. I'll probably be wearing something that flatters me, and I'm articulate and bright. Yeah, all of these things show arrogance. I'm certainly someone who some men might find appealing enough to want to be with. And this makes my circumstance even that much more curious to you. And as you're thinking this, you'll notice I'm smiling back at you and looking straight into your eyes as I shake your hand firmly yet femininely. These are not. If you shake the hand firmly, it's masculine. So you're also masculine. Cool. And a conversation will begin or continue about something other than what you're thinking. So naturally, you'll be distracted, searching for clues in what I say or don't say, in my mannerisms and in my face. You'll wonder how this happened to me. I ended up single and without the children I always dreamed I'd have. If you're younger than I am, you'll either confirm to yourself that this could never possibly happen to you. That's not true if you're a girl, by the way. It could happen to you. Or now that you've met me, you'll wonder if I possibly could. If you're married and a mom, you'll pat yourself on the back for knowing better than I did. Knowing what exactly, neither of us is quite sure, but you'll let out a sigh of relief that you're safe and sound, despite any hidden challenges you're facing behind closed doors. You knew better, and that's enough for you. And the gentleman, well, if we're on a date, you'll find a way to let me know that you're okay with my age, notwithstanding your own. You'll credit yourself for dating a woman who may no longer be able to have biological children, or be relieved of that very fact. Oh, I see. So she's past the wall, like well past the wall, like 38 plus. Either way, you'll let me know. You'll tell me I usually date younger women, but find women my age refreshing. Or you'll tell me that your friends warned you about my age, but you told them it didn't matter. You don't look it, you'll say, as if it were any consolation. And I'll be smiling. I'll take a sip of my wine. I'll still laugh at your jokes. But I know what you're thinking. What is wrong with this woman? And before I can answer, you've come to a series of possible conclusions. She's a career woman and too focused on her career to be interested in love. That's not what we're thinking. We're thinking you're too masculine to be in a relationship. She's a career woman and too cold to know love. Yeah, okay, sure. She's a career woman and cannot make a man priority in her life. Okay, sure. Yeah, nice. She's a career woman and probably never wanted a family. No. Statistically, that's not true. She's too picky. That's definitely true. She's not picky enough and made bad choices. Also probably true. She made a choice. She never made a choice. Okay, now it's just a mess. She's too. What the? Yo, it's like a million things. All right, I'm gonna read them because it's funny. Okay, I'm gonna read them because it's funny. She's not needy enough. She doesn't need a man. She needs a man too much. She's trying too hard. She's not trying hard enough. She's too hard. She's too soft. She's inflexible. She's been too flexible. She thought she had forever to get married and have children. Clearly, she's completely naive about her fertility. She never really wanted children or she would have had them. She's too much of a feminist. She's too much of a romantic. And in your exasperation of final possibilities, you think there must be something unlovable about her. Otherwise, she'd be loved by now. This is a female logic, by the way, right? Where they're like, he doesn't have a girl, so I mean, clearly there must be something wrong with him, right? Anyway. But you'll notice something else about me. Throughout this encounter, I'm still smiling. You're now thinking that I'm more confident than an unmarried, child-free woman should be at my age. You think I'm happier than I should be. No, women are pretty good with cognitive dissonance. That I'm practically glowing even. What is that about, you ask yourself? The thing is, you don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that my life is not defined by anyone else's thoughts. Only my thoughts have the power to control my attitude toward life. Okay, here we go. Guys, let's hear her inner thoughts, okay? I'm not in the wrong life being the wrong wife. My womb is empty, but my life is full. My mother gave me a life, and I'm not wasting it on grieving and thinking less of myself and not becoming a mother as well. I'm loved. I'm lovable. I'm in this moment the very best me I can be, and while it may be the life, it may not be the life you expected for me, it's the life that knowing myself for 43 years was meant to be mine. So basically, she's rationalizing why she doesn't have children because she wasted her time. I'm still growing, still tweaking my imperfections. Every single day I take another bite of my potential, but I never bite off more than I can chew. I've left plenty of room for love. There may be many reasons why I'm not yet married and why I've not become a mother, but the only reason that matters is that it wasn't yet meant to be. Yet. So she still believes at 43 she can be a mother. Okay, alright. So guys, this is what happens, right? The girls believe that they have infinite time. They waste away their youth, and then they don't have children, and then they end up miserable and alone writing articles like this, where they say, I'm not miserable, I'm not miserable, I'm not miserable, repeating it like a mantra when we all know what they're actually thinking. Again, the reason why antidepressants are so high, the usage in modern 2022 society, that's why. Because these girls are not having children and not being mothers like they were supposed to. Instead, they're wasting away their youth and then at the end settling for a guy they were never attracted to. They're punching above their weight class and then wondering why they're miserable. Alright, we're going to end the video there. So again, guys, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit on for notifications, give me a like. If you agree or disagree with my points, leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. If you'd like to support me, again, there is exclusive content there. It's on Patreon. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Thank you so much for watching, guys, especially if you took the time out of your busy day. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for getting to the end of the video. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/HeliosYouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/HeliosRumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/HeliosPodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/HeliosDonations and buy my books at bit.ly/HeliosBooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.